Hey fam, what's going on? It's Monday, a brand new week. So, this particular video is quite interesting. Picture this. You're traveling abroad, you're going out of the country, and you do some of the most random things you probably would have never guessed. Um, so for example, this couple I'm about to show you decided to travel to Mexico and do a vlog, and the guy in the video went to a dentist to go get his teeth done because apparently it's more affordable overseas. And then the lady in the video got a full set of nails done and a spa day. Take a look.
We crossed the Mexican border for dental work because Slim's last dental quote in the U.S. was over $4,000. Going to Mexico saved us over 80%.
This is Affordable Abroad,
Episode 2,
where we travel to different countries to experience medical, beauty, and wellness services for a fraction of what they cost in the United States.
If you're wondering how we got here, just watch episode 1. Here's an exact price list. Save this video and pause to read. Disclaimer, prices do vary a bit per case. Slim has some pretty extensive work done, so let's break down his cost. In total, Slim got an oral evaluation, deep cleaning, 2 fillings, a fiber coating on his crown that wasn't finished in the U.S., and fiber coatings for his fillings. In the U.S., his root canal was over $2,000 alone. We only paid $540 for this extensive work, and we got everything finished the same day. I stayed for Slim's initial intake and scans, then I went to go get my own work done at the nail salon. The Uber app in Tijuana was super affordable. All of our rides cost between $3 and $15. Here's the price list for the nail salon I went to. It looks crazy now, but you have to convert it to US dollars. I paid less than $12 for my gel manicure. That is insane. I'm used to paying over $100 for my gel manicure in the US. After I was finished with my nails and Slim was finished with his dental work, we headed to the spa for half of the price that it would have cost in the US. We got access to a private jacuzzi, a private steam room, and a private lounge area, and 2 couples massages for, guess how much? $100! We get this done frequently at luxury hotels in the US, and it costs us over $400 each time for just the massages. Stay tuned for episode 3, which is the last episode of this series, to see what we ate and how we avoided this insanely long line at the border just to get out of Mexico.
All right, so I took some notes after I watched this video, and I got the breakdown of all the prices that they said because they talk really fast in this video. So let me break it down to you. The guy with the dental work, he got a deep cleaning done, an oral evaluation, 2 fillings, and a fiber coating on his crown, which came out to a total estimate of $540. Not bad. Then for the Uber rides, she mentioned they pay between $3 to $15 a ride on average. Not bad. And then the last ones she mentioned were the nails. She paid about $11 plus a $10 tip. Very cheap for a full set of nails. And the spa, she paid $100 plus a $50 tip. Now, here's my issue with going abroad to do certain things. I can see doing the spa. That's fine. The spa ain't gonna hurt you. I can see doing the nails. The nails may not hurt you. As cheap as they are, it kind of scares me how cheap the price was though. I ain't gonna lie, because you kind of got to be careful about the nails. Not all salons are the cleanest, and a lot of those salons are very filthy, and they have fungal infections included because they don't properly clean the foot massagers that where your feet get done. My other thing is the dental work. Now, I hear a lot of Negroes love traveling to go get cheap dental and go get cheap surgeries across, the different countries like Thailand or Mexico or Cuba or wherever. Here's my issue with that. When it comes to serious work, specifically related to dental, anything related to your face in general, or anything related to your body overall, it's a no-go for me. You know why? Because here's my thing. Not all those doctors who are quote-unquote experts are board certified. That's red flag number 1. I'm not saying that the dentist that he went to wasn't board certified, but going to a foreign dentist for dental work for half the price that it costs in the U.S. is very risky. Because 1, you don't know what kind of medical school that doctor went to. 2, you don't know what kind of infections you're going to gather if they didn't do your dental work properly. See, what a lot of people fail to tell you is that some of those so-called quote unquote dental works or surgeries that they get end up being botched. And then they start crying about it on Lifetime or TLC and making documentaries of how my doctor butchered my face or butchered my teeth or my body. It happens a lot, especially when women go get BBLs, aka Brazilian butt lifts. I see it all the time. There have been so many complaints about the Dr. Miami guy. There have been so many complaints about all these different doctors. And here's my other thing. What makes people so comfortable and so eager to travel abroad, again, to get certain things done instead of doing it here in the US? Why? I understand the money is cheap, it's affordable, I get it. But if you have insurance and you're working, you can put a payment plan down. She mentioned that the guy's root canal and other dental work would have cost him over $2,000 in the US of A. However, if you have dental insurance, it would be half of that because some of the insurance would cover some of that cost. Now, if it's not in network or out of network, whatever you call it, you may have to pay some money out of pocket. But they will work with you. When I used to not have insurance, for example, when I didn't have dental, I had what's called Care Credit. Care Credit is basically a low income credit card company where you apply to see if you qualify. They give you like a little amount of like maybe up to $1,000, sometimes up to $2,000, depending on your credit. And you can use that towards medical and dental expenses wherever Care Credit is accepted. Most dental offices surprisingly accept Care Credit. And you can actually Google and go to the website, type in your zip code, and see what medical facilities accept it. That's for people who don't have insurance. So there's really no valid excuse for people that say, I can't afford health care in the US of A because I don't have insurance. That's not true. There are a lot of programs that cover people who don't have insurance for this reason, and Care Credit is one of them. You can use Care Credit for the ER if you want to. You can use it for any type of hospital bill, wherever it's accepted. I thank God I don't have that issue now because I'm covered by the VA for life. Hallelujah, for being 100% disabled. But had it not been for my 100%, yeah, I'd be paying out of pocket too, like the rest of the people. But I've always had my medical covered regardless of my percentage as a disabled vet. However, dental was never an option until I became 100% P&T, which stands for permanently and totally disabled. Now, I'm just like this. Would y'all feel comfortable traveling abroad and doing serious procedures like this? I know it may not sound much, but to me, anything with the eyes, the nose, the ears, the mouth, that is very serious. I don't care how minor the procedure sounds. I don't think it's a really good idea to go overseas and do certain things. That's just my opinion. You could have fun and have your cake and eat it too. And you could do whatever activities you want to do. You can go get a nail day, spa day, massage day, whatever. That's not going to hurt you. But what's going to hurt you in the future is a botched procedure. Dental, surgeries, whatever, anything that happens to be on your body that they're touching, yeah, that's a risk. And I have a problem with that because, again, not everything in Mexico is legit. The water is not even safe, for crying out loud. You can't even drink the damn water out there. So what makes you think that some of these medical professionals are safe to go to? That's just my opinion. Now, I've heard some great stories, don't get me wrong, of people I personally know who went out of the country and got different procedures done, never had an issue. But then some people say that later down the road, they're starting to notice some changes in their body because they went to a janky doctor who they thought they could trust and ended up being a clown who really didn't know what the hell they were doing. And now they're suffering the repercussion from it. And that's why I tell people, do your research. Always do your research before you decide to hop on a plane and go get something done like dental work or surgery or any type of other medical procedure, because life is precious. Life is very precious. And one thing I will say before I go is that you have to do your due diligence on the person that's doing the procedure before you even decide to sign the dotted line. There's a reason why you're supposed to read the fine print. You're supposed to read the waivers, the liabilities, and all that good stuff, because the paperwork that you sign for any type of like procedure, dental work, or whatever, that protects them. That protects the medical practice. That doesn't protect you as the customer. You have to remember, they don't give a damn about the consumer. The consumer is not always right. But the doctor is always right, because you put your care and your trust in a stranger that you half-assed did any research on. And all you looked at was Google reviews and probably their Instagram page to see what people were saying about that person. And you just went based off of that and got everything in the book done without even blinking an eye to dig deeper on that person. This is what I tell people. The 3 things you want to do before you get any type of procedure done, period, whether they're in the US or whether they're across the sea. 1, you want to make sure they actually have a medical license. That's very important. 2, you want to make sure that they're board certified, because that tells you that they know their job. And 3, you want to make sure that they don't have any complaints from the state board, the medical board, because the minute you see multiple complaints about that one doctor that you went to go get a procedure done, that's a red flag. That means that's not a good doctor. But anyway, y'all let me know y'all's thoughts in the comments. I'm curious, would you take the risk and fly thousands of miles to Mexico or another country to go get a procedure done, like dental work, for example? Or would you keep your ass in the US of A and go ahead and pay the copay and call it a day? I'm curious. You already know my answer. I'm not traveling abroad to go get a procedure done. I'm sorry. If I do travel abroad, I travel to relax. I don't travel for dental. I don't travel for surgery, because it's not that damn serious. Point blank, period. But I'll holler at y'all. Peace.